I want to talk for a moment about what a chronically dysregulated state actually costs us. Because words like overwhelmed or stressed just don't really touch it. When our nervous systems have been under pressure for a long time, it's not just that life feels harder, it's that the constant sense of urgency makes everything cost more. Thinking costs more, deciding costs more, interacting costs more, even resting can cost more. We're doing heroic amounts of internal labor just to meet the minimum demands of life. And what makes this even harder is that this is likely not who you've always been. You might be someone who used to handle a lot. You were capable, driven, reliable, maybe even high achieving. Someone who could think clearly, move quickly, keep things organized. Now it can feel like all of that effort is going into just staying upright. And that contrast can be deeply unsettling, even shame-inducing, especially when the outside world still expects the version of you who could do so much more. This work exists because I know how devastating that is, and because I also know this fear, the fear that this is permanent, that this is just how it'll always be, or that it might even keep getting worse. I want you to hear this at every level of your being. This state is not permanent, even if it feels endless right now. Your nervous system can learn safety again, but not through force and not through pushing harder. It begins by slowing things down, way down. Slow the trying, slow the doing, slow the forcing, and slow the fixing. I'm not speaking about this hypothetically. I lived through a decade-long period of nervous system dysregulation, including years where my capacity, clarity, and sense of myself eroded in ways that were frightening and hard to recognize. And I'm living proof that this state can shift, not because life becomes easier, but because your system can. And I want to say this too because it matters. You don't have to be invisible crisis for this to be real. Struggling to focus, finding it hard to start or finish tasks, chronic procrastination, feeling mentally busy but physically stuck, these are also signs of a nervous system under strain. That's the work I'm building. I'm really glad you found your way here. You don't have to figure this out alone. With compassion, Tammy.